It's about 6 different characters, Mr. Green, Mrs. White, and so on, who come to this mysterious mansion on a dark and stormy night when one of the people that's hosting them there dies, and they can't even figure out how he died or even what room he died in because there's so much confusion going on. So the whole show they're trying to figure out who's the killer.
Yeah, and then in the ending you'll have to come see the show to figure out who actually did it, but there's a couple of different discrepancies in the endings. We've been getting asked the question a lot, so we'll just answer it. All 4 performances will have all 3 of the endings. So whoever comes to see whatever performance, they're not going to be missing anything.
Need a lift? My car is right over there.
Yes, please. Thanks. I'm late for a dinner date.
I've played the game board clue, so
Yep.
If it's anything like that.
It's exactly like that. We have the 6 murder weapons, the 6 colored characters, and we even have all the rooms from the board as well as a few secret passageways.
Our set design has been everything. It's been more extravagant than this. It's been more minimalistic than this, and this is kind of what we laid on. It's obviously not done yet, but we're still working on it. But yeah, it's been an incredible amount of work.
Please, everyone sit down. I'll explain everything.
The show is officially based off of the 1985 cult classic movie written by Jonathan Lynn, and Jen and I worked over intercession and we adapted it for the stage.
We just went through the transcript from the movie and just tried to picture how that would work on the stage, so kind of had to move some scenes around to make it a little bit easier for the actors. But for the most part, it's very similar to the movie.
Yeah, a lot of the biggest changes was we could only fit 6 rooms on stage, and actually there's about 10. So we've had to do a little bit of condensing and kind of shifting things where they are, but it actually looks really cool, and it is adapted really nicely, if we say so ourselves. But yeah, it was just literally we started at the very beginning and then we worked through it. And then in rehearsals, we've been changing it like, okay, that doesn't actually look good. So then we went back and changed it.
Is this the right address for Mr. Body?
Yes, you must be Mr. Green to come in.
Thank you.
Sit! Oh, not you, sir.
My part has a lot of interesting habits with him. He's very nervous, often very scared, very jumpy at even the smallest thing, whether it's a crash of thunder, a dog barking, or a small bell. He has some secrets up his belt, and at the end of the show, I think everyone will be a little surprised.
Dinner.
Sorry, little accident prone.
This is actually my first production. I've never really done theater before. It's been a lot of fun. The cast is really amazing, and like every rehearsal, we're just laughing at the script and the improv that happens, and those funny moments where someone forgets a line. Not going to happen during the show, but it's going to be. I think it's going to be a really good time.
Wadsworth, where's our host, and why haven't you been brought here?
This was the only mustard-colored jacket they had. It is a woman's blazer, as you can see from the buttons on the left-hand side, and the fact that it cinches up underneath my armpits so that I can't move.
I don't know if I'm...
Yes, indeed, you are expected, Colonel. It is Colonel Mustard, is it not?
No, that's not my name. My name is Colonel...
Forgive me, sir, but for tonight you may well feel obliged for the use of an alias. The study's right this way.
I'm Colonel Mustard. He is someone that thinks he's a lot smarter than he really is. He makes a fool of himself a lot, and he really likes to have control of a situation when he often doesn't. So he's kind of just bumbles around and yells loud and hope people listen to him. My character really got more and more grumpy as time progressed, and more and more loud and more idiotic. So at this point, it's just it's so fun to play and be up on stage.
Is that a place for you?
Oh, indeed, no, sir. I'm merely the humble butler.
And what do you do?
I buttle, sir.
A touch mysterious, very quiet and in control. He likes to watch things that happen.
Oh, that sounds kind of creepy.
Maybe just a touch.
This is one of my favorite recipes.
I knew that.
I think at this point I have 45 minutes of my own voice recorded on my phone, so I can remember all my lines. Besides that, it's been a lot of fun.
Ours is not to reason why. Ours is but to do and die.
Die.
Merely quoting, sir, from Alfred, Lord Tennyson.
I prefer Kipling myself. The female of the species is much more indebted than the male. You like Kipling, Miss Scarlet?
Sure, I'll eat anything.
It's a really funny show, and there's a lot of craziness going on. Sometimes we don't even know what's going on, so the audience might be confused too. It's very fast-paced.
Well, one thing that I like to associate is like whenever you're working with a comedy show, you sometimes get adjusted to the comedy that's happening on stage. And with this show, we're literally still laughing at every single rehearsal because the material is still so funny, and that it's so just an indication as to how fresh it is going to be and how exciting it is going to be, especially during the performances.
Kill Wadsworth. Now.
I mean, I didn't do it, but you didn't ask me.